Welcome to Intellix AI Football Predictor, your ultimate destination for cutting-edge football predictions, powered by advanced artificial intelligence. I'm Dr. Turing, your host, and I'm thrilled to take you on a journey where logic meets passion on the pitch. Joining me is our brilliant co-host Luca, who'll break down the stats, the form, and the firepower of every team before we dive into predictions, but the real magic. That comes from our trio of neural-powered predictors, each equipped with unique dynamic neurons and exceptional predictive intelligence model. First up, we have AlphaX, fast and strategic. Next, RidgeLine, analytical and statistically grounded. And finally, BoostedBayes, intuitive and always learning. Together, we'll analyze the data, crunch the numbers, and predict outcomes you can trust. If you're excited to see artificial intelligence take on football forecasting like never before, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to stay ahead of the game every single week. Welcome to the future of football prediction.
This is the Intellix AI Football Predictor Show. Across the globe, fans are bracing for high-stakes showdowns. Will the Giants hold their ground? Can the underdogs rise and shock the world? Our artificial intelligences, AlphaX, RidgeLine, and BoostedBayes, have crunched thousands of data points, from form guides to deep statistical patterns. The neural engines are firing. The predictions? Locked and loaded. Stay tuned, because today's football battles are about to be decoded. Right here on Intellix AI Football Predictor. Subscribe now, and never miss a prediction powered by pure intelligence. Welcome to the future. Welcome to Intellix AI Football Predictor.
Our second matchup takes us to the stage, where passion meets pressure and players engage. We now head to Estadio José Maria de Campos Maia in Mirassol, São Paulo, Brazil, where Mirassol prepare to take on Vasco da Gama in a Serie A showdown. Starting with the home side, Mirassol, they currently sit 7th on the league table. At home this season, they've played 7 matches, staying unbeaten with 4 wins and 3 draws. Across those games, they've scored 14 goals and conceded 6. Heading into this fixture, Mirassol carry an RPI of 6.77. Expect them to control possession and circulate quickly through midfield. Set pressing triggers high to trap Vasco, build in layers before bursting into space, use their home momentum to dictate tempo. Now to the visitors, Vasco da Gama. Vasco sits 16th in the standings. Away from home, they've played 7 matches, collecting 1 win, 1 draw and 5 losses, scoring 7 goals but conceding 12. Heading into this clash, Vasco arrive with an RPI of 3.23. Expect them to limit numbers forward, protect central lanes defensively, rely heavily on counterattacks, and set pieces to find chances. So Mirassol spin and surge in stride. Reynaldo scores from deep. Their towering guide. Carioca cuts. Chico prowls the lanes. Coach Rafael Guanes fuels their pressing chains. But Vasco sit. Their line held fast. Freitas clears. Moreira's pace will blast. Vegetti lurks where chances stray. Coach Fernando Diniz crafts the set-piece play. The whistle's near. Momentum sways. AlphaX, RidgeLine, BoostedBayes await their say.
With Mirassol entering this clash holding a relative power index, RPI of 6.77 and expected to impose a proactive, possession-driven style, while Vasco da Gama arrive with an RPI of just 3.23 and a reactive, counter-focused approach anticipated. I now turn to our artificial intelligences. Based on these metrics, what insights do you have for us?
With Mirassol holding a relative power index, RPI, of 6.77, compared to Vasco da Gama's 3.23, the statistical edge leans firmly toward the hosts, but before locking in a verdict, we go beyond the raw numbers, diving into historical patterns and contextual performance. From last season to now, when Mirassol have hosted teams with a lower RPI than their own, they've registered 13 wins, 5 draws, and just 1 loss. Their last defeat in such a scenario came on August 21, 2024, when they lost 1-2 at home to Botafogo SP despite holding an RPI edge of 6.67 to 3.33. Since that defeat, they've faced 10 lower RPI opponents at home, producing 6 wins and 4 draws. Zooming out globally, across the past 3 seasons in top-flight leagues worldwide, We analyzed 403 fixtures where the home side held an RPI advantage comparable to Mirassol's in this matchup. Of those, 200 ended in home wins. The last 10 featured 3 home wins, 1 draw, and 6 away victories. The most recent home win in this dataset? HJK's 3-1 victory over Haka on June 18, 2025, in Finland's Veikkausliiga. After factoring in scoring efficiency, defensive solidity, and historical probabilities, the Intellix AI neural engine processed 10,000 predictive neurons. Out of those, 4,900 neurons aligned behind one outcome, Mirassol to win.
Taking into account match equilibrium trends, comparative squad dynamics, and contextual form analysis, I've approached this contest with neutrality at the core. Let's break down the data. Since last season, Mirassol have played 26 home matches across Serie B and Serie A, with 7 ending in draws. Over the same stretch, Vasco da Gama have played 26 away matches, managing 4 draws. Widening the lens, across the past 3 seasons in top-flight leagues, we analyzed 403 fixtures featuring RPI gaps similar to this matchup. Of those, 91 matches ended level. Zooming in on recent outcomes, only one of the last 10 fixtures in this category ended in a draw, a 2-2 stalemate between Shanghai Port and Qingdao West Coast in China's Super League on July 26, 2025. After adjusting for historical draw tendencies, goal volatility, and defensive structures, the Intellix AI equilibrium engine ran 10,000 predictive neurons. Of those, 2,400 neurons align behind one outcome, draw.
Taking into account Vasco da Gama's statistical profile, let's break down the numbers with precision. Since last season, Vasco have managed just 5 wins in 26 away matches. When facing opponents with a higher relative power index, RPI, they've claimed only one such victory, a 2-1 win away at Internacional on July 7, 2024, despite carrying an RPI of 4.41 against Internacional's 5.56. On the broader scale, across the past 3 seasons, we studied 403 fixtures where the away team faced a higher RPI opponent, mirroring this contest's profile. From those, 112 ended in away wins. Zooming in on recent trends, 6 of the last 10 fixtures in this group also resulted in away victories, including a standout example, Lind's 5-0 win away to Egersund in Norway's First Division on July 26, 2025. After weighing global trends, goal metrics, and defensive profiles, the Intellix AI neural engine simulated 10,000 predictive neurons. Of these, 2,700 align behind one outcome, Vasco da Gama to win.
Now that we've heard from our artificial intelligences, let's summarize their predictions. AlphaX, our home strength specialist, backs Mirassol, pointing to a firm relative power index, RPI, advantage of 6.77 versus 3.23 over Vasco da Gama. Despite a past upset to Botafogo SP, a 1-2 loss on August 21, 2024, despite a 6.67 versus 3.33 RPI edge, Mirassol have since gone unbeaten in 10 home matches against lower RPI sides, producing 6 wins and 4 draws. 4,900 predictive neurons support AlphaX's call, Mirassol to win. RidgeLine, our equilibrium strategist, notes that Mirassol have drawn 7 of their last 26 home games, while Vasco da Gama have registered for draws in 26 away outings. Globally, 91 of 403 fixtures with similar RPI gaps also finished level. 2,400 neurons support RidgeLine's call, a draw. BoostedBayes, our away upset expert, sees a pathway for Vasco. She cites their 5 away wins in 26 matches, including a rare victory over a higher RPI opponent, a 2-1 win at Internacional on July 7, 2024, despite a 4.41 versus 5.56 RPI deficit. She also flags anomalies, like Lind's 5-0 away win over Egersund on July 26, 2025, in a comparable scenario. 2,700 neurons back BoostedBayes, a surprise Vasco da Gama win. The ensemble neural probability settle here, Mirassol win, 49%, draw, 24%, Vasco da Gama win, 27%. Given the data and collective neural output, the neurostatistical case leans toward Mirassol securing the win at home, supported by 49% model confidence. Vasco's upset threat remains notable at 27%, while a draw, though carrying a meaningful 24% probability, is the least supported of the three outcomes. For a safer hedge against a potential stalemate, opting for a Mirassol win or draw is the more balanced play. Still, backing Mirassol to win remains the most data-driven call. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all our AI-powered match breakdowns. The next prediction is just ahead, and that wraps up our neural-powered journey through today's football insights. Our artificial intelligences have analyzed, weighed, and revealed what their neurons foresee. From the algorithmic mastery of AlphaX, the pattern recognition poise of RidgeLine, to the probabilistic foresight of BoostedBayes, each offers a unique neural lens on the beautiful game. This has been Intellix AI Football Predictor, where football meets intelligence. Whether you're a stats enthusiast or just love the thrill of prediction, we're here with your next matchday edge. Be sure to subscribe to Intellix AI Football Predictor on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, and tune in on your favorite podcast platform. Join us anytime, your next football prediction is just a click away. Now, before we sign off, let's hear one last word from the team.
Home turf speaks loudest. I read the fortress, not the fuss. Catch you next match day.
Where balance tips the scale, that's where I stand. Until the next kickoff, stay sharp and stay planned.
I don't follow the crowd, I chase the shockwaves others doubt. Catch you on the next twist, I'm out.
This is Luca, signing off. Stay informed, stay sharp, stay boss. Let the numbers light your way, we'll decode the game, play by play.
Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and let data guide your game. Signing off, from the AI studio, this is Dr. Turing.